Okay, so everybody, welcome back to Set the Pipe. I am Sully, and there's CK. Oh, jeez, and there's Bear.
Hey.
What's up, Bear? Today, we have a nice guest here from Puerto Rico originally, Tony Gaetan. Welcome, man, to Set the Pipe. We're pretty stoked to have you on.
Welcome, Tony. Glad to have you on here.
A pleasure being here. I'm looking forward for this.
Great to Excellent. See you.
Awesome.
Well, Barry got back to us about a week ago, week and a half ago, and says, "Hey, I got this guy Tony. I think we need to talk to him. Coming from Puerto Rico, and sounds like you went through Florida. And now you're in Houston. You're pretty involved, almost 20 years of coaching. So you're the type of guy that we want to talk to, and we think that our audience will really get educated on certain things that they may not be a part of, especially Puerto Rico volleyball.
Yes, sir.
So So I don't know quite where you guys want to start because he's got a pretty good resume going on there. What do you guys think, boys?
Let's let Bear get out after it right here.
Well, Tony, it's great seeing you again, and it was awesome coaching with you last week. Thought we had a little bond there, and just kind of curious about your story. You grew up in Puerto Rico. You told me a little bit about when you were 14 that you were throwing 90 mile an hour fastballs.
Oh,
and you wanted to play baseball, but your mother was like,
Yeah.
And then how did you get involved in volleyball? Tell us about yourself.
Listen, when I was like 14 years old, my dad took me to Montreal Expos camp in Fort Lauderdale, right?
Okay.
Just to learn how to play the big game. I'm always been playing baseball. You know that the sports in Puerto Rico, top three is like baseball, basketball, and volleyball, right?
Yep.
But before volleyball, boxing. We used to box on the streets for fun, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So my dad took me to Montreal Expos camp for Lauderdale, and then I went as a right field, center field, left field, just to get some balls. Two scouts, I remember their names. I will never forget their names. Carlos Acosta from Venezuela, and then Randy Kears from Florida told me, Tony, just give me a fastball, throw me a fastball there. And I throw a fastball, and it was like 92, 91. And I'm like, do you ever pitch before? I'm like, no. What else you can throw? I'm like, curveball. I'm not a pitcher, just a fastball and a curveball. I throw another fastball, and it was 94. They were like,
94.
wow. So they talked to my dad, and that night they have a scrimmage, a double-A scrimmage in the Montreal Expos.
Mhm.
And they told me, do you want to throw an inning? I'm like, why not? I was scared. Yeah, big guys versus a 14-year-old guy.
Yeah.
So I went there, and I strike out two, and then I fly out. And they were like, well, we want this kid, right?
Yeah.
So I remember that back in the day, they talked to my dad, and they were like, well, we're gonna offer him money. It was like $50,000 back then. It was
That's a good chunk of change.
It was a really good. And then my dad were all pumped or excited, right? And when we talked to mom, my mom told to my dad, I remember hearing her like on the phone saying, Victor, don't you ever sign any paper. And if you do, when you come back, this is done. You and me, divorce. So there it goes. My baseball career
Was done.
Well, it was done back then.
How'd you feel about that?
Listen, I don't regret it. When obviously I was a kid, I wasn't your kid. Mentality-wise, we're like, well, that's my chance. This is my chance, right?
Yeah.
And back then, of course, I get frustrated. I get mad. But the point of my mom that day was like, you know what? You're going to finish school. You're going to finish college. And then you can do whatever you want in life. But you need that piece of paper. So now I take that with me. And I'm like, you know what? My mom were right. I don't regret it. I
have a question for you, though, with regards to that. If you were throwing the ball at 14 in the 90s, why didn't you continue to play baseball, and what made the pivot to volleyball?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I keep playing baseball, don't get me wrong, 15, 16, even double A, Juby double A in Puerto Rico, right? But at 17 years old, I got my first boy, my oldest boy.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Life
So
changes very quickly.
life changes. That was something that changed my entire life.
Absolutely.
I got a lot of stuff going on. Also, between baseball and volleyball, I also play volleyball since I was a kid. I played since kindergarten with my big brother. Outside the house in the asphalt, the white letter ball, pepper
Sure.
uh big purple,
Yeah.
you
Bruises.
remember bruises. So that was my two sports, right? After I got my first son, that now he's 28. um i uh, I always have been playing volleyball, like college wise, in my college career in Puerto Rico. I Because, 17, when I keep going on, I don't want to, I don't want to stop my life there. I want to be a professional, right? So having a kid at 18, 17, going to college, um, somehow bring money home, playing pro there. Um, 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 that's the reason I decided to, nobody wants 18, and this reality, nobody wants an 18-year-old guy with kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they were looking for something else back in the day.
Right.
Sure.
No responsibilities and stuff like that.
Right. Yep.
So that's why I stick in volleyball as a player, and I did it. And I keep playing volleyball, like back home pro, and I retired in 2003, since 1997.
Now, are there
Awesome.
different levels in Puerto Rico for pro, or is it just a pro league and that's it?
It's pretty much like USA. We have clubs, and then we have the U17, U18, U19,
Right.
and then just pro there. Boom.
Just pro. Okay.
We got
Yeah.
the pro, and then we got something. Let me give you an example. Like, we got the pro league, and then we have something like semi-pro league. So that's the warm up
Okay.
before getting there. Two
Yeah.
different leagues, but this is the warm up and this is the pro league.
Like a AAA, and then you go to
There
You know
go.
what's
big leagues, yeah.
one of the
There you go.
interesting things you said, Tony, to me, which is pretty cool to hear, and I've been fortunate enough, like these guys, we played in the early 90s, and the Puerto Rican players were just starting to come into the men's volleyball league here in the United States. BYU had a few, Penn State had a few, and then obviously there's so many great players. Puerto Rico's always been great. The juniors come here and play. But what I love to hear is, like you said, it was one of the top 3 sports in your country, where here in ours, it's maybe for girls growing up, it's one of the top sports, but for overall in the sports in the United States, it's middle of the road or below. And how was that growing up? Like, just to be like, everyone's just aware of the game, they go to games. Like, how do you just start to pick that up as it being one of the most important sports in your country?
Oh my God! Like just going to a pro league there. Full capacity, fans screaming behind you. You see the core, you see, like, wow, this is really good volleyball here. Like you said, really good players. Like, we got Javier Gaspar. He played for the US team, Penn State. We got one, Vitito Rivera. He played for Lewis. Keno Gandara. Keno.
We know
So,
Kenny, he's a great guy.
Good guy.
Exactly. So when on my rookie league, my first team was with San Juan. Keno were already about to, like, 2 more years or 3 more years, and then he retired. But being a core with player like that, and then see that sport growing up, like from 0 to 10, it was really amazing. Like it's hard to play, because you know what? We don't have the same facilities that we do on the States right now, right? Some of our courts were, like, pretty much, not all of them, but most of them, like on cement. Like, go to a practice, you cement, like the net, like you see pigeons flying. So all this environment
Excellent.
is so hard for us.
Yeah.
And I'm saying not all of them, right? But
Yeah.
where I'm coming from, where I developed myself as a player, as a small town called Vega Baja, north, 25 minutes from San Juan. We don't have that pretty much good facilities to train, right? and we don't have these elite coaches. We just have people that know the game and they're able to help you to get there, and they learn with you and you learn with them. And they do it for free. They're just waiting for someone to show them the court and do some reps and stuff like that, right? So that was the hard part. And then see, coming from that to whatever is right now is unbelievable. Like between those two sports, basketball and volleyball right now, and I'm really proud to see how the game grow and how we develop good players that, like you said, they have been playing BYU. The last one is Gabi Garcia, like players like that. It made me really proud where we came from for where we are right now.
So the facilities have come a long way too. Then since you were growing up, have they changed that? Is it better facilities for some of these places growing up for these kids?
It have changed, but after Maria, the hurricane, we were back again. We lost so much.
That was tragic.
It was tragic. Like we lost whatever we built. We lost. Like we have to. If you want to go to good places, right? Like to have good practices in some towns, not all towns. We have to travel a little bit to get, good coliseums and stuff like that. But yeah, after Maria, it was a big, like starting all over again. But we're getting back into the field. Like I just went to with my boys to the Caribbean tournament. That was one of the best tournaments that I ever been, to be honest with you. And seeing that from my perspective when I was a kid means a lot. So yeah, I'm really proud of what we have become over there.
What position did you play?
I'm sorry?
What position did you play?
Well, I start as middle blocker, right? In the pro league. Then some guy called Colin McMillan came, and I was competing with Colin, and Colin was 6'10" versus a 6'4". So
sounds familiar.
So coach told me, Tony, we're gonna move you to the outside. I'm being decent in passing, Okay, we're gonna move you to the outside because Colin, thanks to Colin, he took my spot. But I love you, Colin. It's all good. It's all good.
So middle to outside, you didn't do right side. You went straight to passing and swung on the left side.
Went straight to the pass, or whatever they need.
That's hard to do.
Player. Yeah,
that's hard to do from a middle to left side. Usually the natural is to go from middle to right side, right? Put up a huge block, and you don't have to worry about passing so much. But man, that's a big switch, and you were successful at that. Wow,
and no excuses. You cannot give. I got a good coach, and he passed away. Israel Garcia, one of the, I believe, the top coach right now in Puerto Rico, like forever. And if you give him an excuse, he will tell you, well, go to kindergarten and start crying, and then when you start crying, come back again. Let's go, coach. I'm ready. Let's go.
Well, it wasn't like you weren't an athlete anyway at 14. So pretty much you can adapt to that left side hitting.
So through all of this, how did it lead you to coaching? So you playing Puerto Rico, you're playing pro in Puerto Rico. What led you to getting into coaching and being here in Houston?
Well, you know what? I always been a big fan of sports. Let's start like this. I've been a fan of sports. When I went to college, I started in business administration, and I'm like, this is not for me. So I went to teaching, and then on teaching, I went to PE, right? So in PE, I'm being always a big fan of my sport of volleyball. I got chances, assisting coaches in my college for free, assisting college. And then it was an open league in my hometown. They opened a new club, and it was only for development, right? Me being a teacher from pre-K to 12, I like to work with little kids and all the skills, the motor skills and all that stuff. So I'm like, I sign up, and it was just for helping the community. It was for free, and of course they were like coming like crazy, right? So that's where I feel like, I like this coaching. I like this coaching job, Then things were not going that good as a teacher. When I say no good earning, paycheck wasn't, you know how it is. So I decided to go to Florida. to move to Florida.
Okay.
Right? That was 2003. That was I retired playing pro over there. So when I moved to Florida, looking forward to get a job as a teacher, right? I applied 31 schools. Back in the day, you had to go to every school, bring your resume, and then cross your fingers if you get a call, right? So from 31 schools, I remember just two called me, and I didn't get the job. So I finished with the mouse, with Mickey Mouse over there having fun, and then working for the mouse, right?
Sure.
Orlando, yes, yeah.
And then this is gonna be the funny part. Then of course I need an income, and then well I got my training my personal trainer certificate, right?
Okay.
So I applied in this gym, and I was going back and forward. I didn't tell you this, Bear, but I was helping somebody at the gym. I always like to help people. If I see somebody making something wrong, if an exercise or something, I like always to jump in. So I helped this guy, right? I helped this guy for like 2 months. One day he told me, Tony, you know who I am? I'm like, yes, you're Scott. You're my friend. I've been helping you for. Are you gonna get? Because I've been helping. You're gonna buy at least some sessions, so now I can get paid. He told me, well, you know what? I'm looking for a personal training development trainer. I work for the Orlando Magic, and I'm the vice president of operations for Orlando Magic.
Jeez.
Always being a nice guy,
That's
man.
crazy.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, you're joking. I'm like, no, you're gonna see I go pass by the office. You're gonna ask for Bill Burgos. Bill Burgos was the head trainer for the Orlando Magic back then.
Okay.
And you're gonna tell him that you're coming from Scott. And I got a part-time over there with Orlando Magic training those guys in home games.
Okay.
Cool.
And then from there, I meet Chuck, and then it was something else. Going back to volleyball, my stepson told me, Tony, we need we need a head coach in the high school. I'm like, come on, like it's gonna be hard for me coming now. I haven't coached for like a couple of years. Change has like stuff have changed.
Yeah.
You know,
It's gonna be hard.
to be honest with you, language barrier, communications. We have a lot of stuff going. Like back home, we make some calls over here. A ball, D ball, red ball, white, and I'm like, oh, so I have to go back again to school, and well, they got me in. They put me on the spot. Of course, I wasn't gonna say no. I started coaching high school in Florida. Then another club coach from Florida told me, Tony, we need a coach. I'm like, here we go. So then I started coaching in Florida. I took a team that it was like, you remember the movie The Sandlot, the baseball movie?
Oh yeah, great movie.
Well, let's transform that to volleyball. I got a team just like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Then it was fun to have those kids in 16s. No, I'm sorry, 15s all the way to 18s. When we finished with that team, we finished first in the region, and then back then, you know that you had to win a bid to go to USA, stuff like that. We went to Rockstar. Coach Matt was mad. I remember.
Furbringer, yeah.
Wow.
They were getting a bid with that team. We won in two sets. Me and Coach Matt, we were looking for a bid back then, and then we ended winning that match. First time that we beat Orlando team, win a team like Rockstar.
Yeah,
it was
legit.
So and I keep going, and then I was
Can't
about
wait to heckle Matt when I call him after the show today.
Call him.
Oh, I will.
I love Matt. He's a really great guy.
He's a great
guy. And after that, I was about to retire, pull my gloves. I'm like, I'm done. I need a break, whatever. And then HBA, Sean Carter, he's like, no, you're not quitting. I'm going to bring you to Houston. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to talk to my wife, of course, and see if she wants to make the change. She's like, you're crazy. You're crazy. But here we are. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't change it. I don't. I
Yeah.
love Houston. I love Houston. I love Sheffield. The club that I am is amazing.
How long you been there? How long have you been there?
Well, I got 1 year.
Oh,
I
1
got
year.
1
Okay.
year living in Houston, but I've been coaching for 2. Before I moved here, I was traveling every weekend. Last year, I was traveling Friday from Orlando, Friday for Friday practice, Saturday practice, Sunday practice, and then Sunday I late flight. I go back to Florida and then do it all over again every weekend. And
What
then,
coaches will do,
fly.
man. It's
You would fly
amazing
into
what coaches
Houston
will
from-
do. I gotta tell you. Yeah.
Orlando.
Awesome.
I told like I'm like, let me test the water. I don't like to close doors. I don't like to say no. If I see something that I can work things out, I'm like, okay, let's do the sacrifice. I'm lucky that I have a family that always support me. You know,
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal. You know, go for it, do it. If you like it, we keep going. Okay. And it was amazing. Like it was hard, you know. Like I said, I was working. Well, I was working as a PE teacher, as a dean, actually as a dean of students, going into the office on Monday, deal with kids, get out early on Friday, go do practice, go back again early morning. It was kind of hard. So my group, my team, my 17th group, and I have to say this, it was 17th back then. Amazing group of kids. They told me on 18th, coach, we're willing to help you move, to help you unload the truck if you move to Houston.
Yeah.
They were
That's
begging
awesome.
me. They were begging me, and then they were a really big part of my decision to move. We get this connection, and this is so hard. Because you have to let them go now. All of them are going to college right now, you know, and I suffered this team big time just because the relationship that we established as a team plus family, right?
Sure.
And then they were the reason I'm being here now. I'm being here like 1 year. 1 year.
1 year.
Can you go a little more into that story about them helping you move a little bit? Because you told that the other day, and it's a great story.
It wasn't like a big decision for us, for my family, right?
Yeah, Puerto Rico to
Only
Florida, and then
From
boom.
Puerto Rico, I jumped to Florida. I never, because we don't like to be hopping around, and
Yeah.
we believe in being established in one place. Just because I got 4 kids, I just got one little one, Derek, 9 years old. I don't like this moving around.
Different schools,
it's
foundation.
different schools, exactly, stuff like that. So making this decision was hard. So like I told you, I was going back and forward that year, and then I was like, let's see how the connection, you know, with the boys, how I can bundle with them, how I can bundle with the team. Remember, new person into a gym, you know, he's coming from Florida. Let's see how the connection is. So I was testing the waters with everybody, staffing, kids, parents, and it was like good vibes, man. Like to be honest, it has been amazing. For 22 years, this has been the most amazing and enjoyable experience that I have as a coach.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's great to hear.
What I was going to
Yes.
say though is like your guys that wanted you to coach you to move to Houston, didn't they meet you to help you unload the moving van?
I was going there. So
Okay.
I drove straight up from Florida, and the deal was the next day when I get there to my new place, I need you at 12:30 to unload the truck. But I was joking. I need to sleep, you know, like give me a break,
Oh,
you know.
12:30 at night. 12:30 at night.
No, 12:30 p.m.
PM. Okay.
in the afternoon. Yeah.
In the afternoon. So, okay, I was joking, you know, I was joking with them. It was a joke. You're going to help me, but not at 12:30. I just got here like really early in the morning. Just give me a break. Man, at 12:20 something, 12:21, 12:22, I hear the ring bell, ding, dong, and I'm like, oh, who's there? Like, it was my entire team in front of my house, ready to unload the truck.
Unload.
In the middle of the
That's
night.
awesome.
That's
That's cool,
So,
man. That's a lot of
were-
love. That's a
yeah.
lot of love.
It
Well, that's
was
why
a
you
lot.
do it, right? I mean, this is why you
Exactly.
do it.
Exactly. And then we unload the truck. It took me like 3 days to be my son, everybody to help me to load that truck. It took me an hour and a half to unload it. They were hype up. We got pizza. They stay here playing with my little one. We're jogging around and stuff like that. So that's why I told you these guys just meant so much. And they keep texting me. I got one playing the U17, sending me text, saying me, Coach, we lost in five versus Croatia. What I should do better, stuff like that. I'm like, bro, just being there is amazing. Just keep
That,
playing, have fun, enjoy. This is a great moment. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
If you go for the win, remember what we said here. It's good when we have a win. I don't use the word we don't lose. I use we learn. Okay. So if you learn that day, let's try to apply on the next day and just keep having fun. They keep testing me and I don't want right now at the end of the season we have pretty much a commitment. All of us have a commitment, and we're gonna get back together on 2034 for my little one's graduation because they love this one right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was part of the deal right now. So I know for a fact that they're gonna make it happen. They're not gonna
That's
forget that.
awesome. It's so
Yeah.
cool to, that's what we talk about on this show so much. We
Mhm.
tell stories about our days, like we're old and we played a long time ago, but that story right there is just such, and it's what makes sports so great. It's
The
what makes
moments and the
teams
journey.
sports so
Mhm.
great. Like, because it right there, you didn't even talk about the court. You didn't talk about passing. You didn't talking about setting the pipe. You didn't talk about any of that. You talked about humanity. You talked about growth. You talked about men. You talked about young folks. You talked about helping each other. You talked about laughing. You talked about just the human spirit all wrapped into a moment because you were their volleyball coach, right? Like
So,
you're just their volleyball coach.
listen,
And
so
that's pretty awesome. Thanks for sharing that story.
sometimes we forget that, like, and that's when I told my fellow coaches, like, Tony, how you have been pretty much like successful in coaching in volleyball, right? I'm like, one, you always have to stay humble, no matter what. Humble opens a lot of doors,
Absolutely.
and two, don't forget that you're coaching live also. You're coaching the sport. Yes, you're coaching the sport, but you are a mentor. You're also
Mhm.
coaching live, and
Life
that's the
lessons.
part. That's the part that sometimes coaches forget. Like we got so much involved in our system there. What we're gonna do in our system? Let's make plays. Let's do this.
Mhm.
Let's do that. But and we forget about coaching life. We forget how to show them empathy for others, and that's
Mhm.
why we're missing on this pretty much. This role right now is the empathy. We don't have no empathy for people over here. So
Amen.
every time I get a team, especially if it's 18s, I'm sorry, 18s, um, 50, I will say more than 50% of my job is to show them what they're going to expect in life. You're
Mm.
late for practice, you're going to be late for work. What the boss is going to tell you, huh? The boss is going to give you maybe a warning, but you know what? You might get fired. You're late at practice. We're going to have consequences and stuff like that. Like just empathy and I believe it's a big role for coaches.
I think it's you said it, so I'm gonna kind of reiterate it, but making it a little bit. I think it's lost today in all of youth sports. Now, I don't want to say all of it, but like it in I don't want to. I'm generalizing. Majority of it is it's about getting the scholarship. It's about now making money. It's about starting on your team, which is again working hard for all of those things. It's all of that. Coaches lose sight of it. Coaches are focused on keeping their job, making money. And at the end of the day, we talk about my older son who's 25, who had an awesome journey. He's done playing sports. Like he's now a man working in this world. Like he's not 40. I mean, he's just, 2 years away from playing a year and a half from playing. If we're not, when I say we, because I'm always going to consider myself a coach and I'm going to get back into it someday, but you and everyone else aren't teaching life lessons, aren't teaching what it's truly about, the journey. We are missing the boat, and that's what's creating a lot of the issues in youth sports and the fighting. And like I said, I've already said it many times. I haven't always been perfect, but I've tried hard to do that. So again, appreciate you saying that. Hopefully people that are listening that are coaches, besides setting the pipe and subscribing to our channel, is, trying to incorporate that. And maybe if you're missing it, take a step back and realize why you got into coaching. Like you said, my dad was a high school coach for 43 years, and people still find me and say, oh, my dad, right? Because he meant something to them. Just like you just said, you touch these people's lives in so many ways, and keep doing it. We need more coaches like you.
Tony,
yes.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm going to share something real quick. I don't know if I'm going to try to be able to stay the way I am, but I will say a month ago, right? Like 2 months ago, I got one of my boys messaging you on Facebook. Hey, Tony, I'm proud of you. Because, finally I made it to the NTDP as a coach, as a helping coach and stuff like that. So they were happy. Right? They were happy for me. Tony, you're the best coach I ever had, right? Then a couple of weeks after, Dad called me and said, Tony, he committed suicide.
Oh,
That kid. That break me in pieces.
yeah.
Great kid, but it's stuff like that. That's why it's so hard sometimes to get connected and create the bond, because they become one of your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
They become one of your kids. You do so much for them. You get them there. You get them what they want. They play the next level volleyball. That's their dream, and then stuff like that. But you're not ready for situations like this.
No.
And then it was really, really, really painful. It broke me in pieces. I was doing clinics. I remember that day. I wasn't able to finish it. So
Tony, we've talked about really the three of us have talked about offline, the mental illness that are out there, the mental struggles that these kids go through, and we plan on reaching out to a couple of sports psychologists actually and diving into that kind of stuff, because all three of us, and even you, Tony, now being vulnerable like this, we've all gone through that. So it's touched us to the core, and obviously it has you, unfortunately. I'm really sorry to hear that, but it's a topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about. They don't, it's a stigma, but I think it's our duty as on this podcast, of being these high level athletes that we were and coaches at time, that we need to bring that to the forefront, and we plan on doing that in the future. But it's touched all of us. So thanks.
Yep.
I mean, unfortunately, thanks for sharing. But it's important for everybody in our audience to understand that that happens. And it's unfortunate. And if there's anything that we can do to prevent it, we got it. We have to. So
we have to.
The only thing I would say is, like all of you are saying, is if you're listening to us, just pick up the phone and call somebody, a friend, just anybody, and someone will listen. It's hard to do, but it's important. And talking to someone is awesome. It's I do it. My whole family does it. On both of the
because
regular side and the sports side, and it's important. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually it's fun and it helps. So,
you're worth it. That's what they have to hear. You're worth it to somebody. You are worth it to somebody. May not feel like it. It doesn't. Or it's just, it's your dream is not a dream, or your relationship is gone. Somebody else out there loves you, and you're worth it. And you have to know that. You really do. And like I said, it's something that we need to talk about more, and just make it, like Coley said, make it available to have just people talk to somebody. Pick up the phone, text them, not even text them, talk to somebody.
Yeah, talk. It's important.
That's
and,
important.
I'll bring it to say again what Sully said is thank you for sharing that. But then the other thing, it goes back to what you said about coaching, is getting into the right things for the right reasons, right? Like if you're going to coach, if you're going to get into business, if you're going to get into finance, if you're going to be a lawyer, whatever it is you're doing, usually you want to get in for the right reasons. Well, coaching, there is money in it at the highest level. We know that. A lot of people make a lot of money, but it's got to be about that. It's got to be about what you just said on both sides of it. You had an amazing email from someone, and then and one that crushed you. And if you give it your all, you're going to get crushed. It's like playing a game. I say it all the time to people, in relationships, like, oh, what do you do if you're going to, get married? Or it's like, you go into a game, like, I never thought I was going to lose. I didn't care who we were playing. And when I was playing, I really honestly believed in my heart that we could win. And if you lost, you lost. That's the way it goes. I mean, someone's going to lose and you learn to deal with it. But if you think you're going to lose, you're going to lose. So it was one of those things. It's just like, yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought of why I was bringing that up with regard. So apologize for that. You can edit that right out.
So now that you're done with your 18s, right?
Yes.
Really tight group. Now what? Are you going to start? Because it sounds like historically you've kept the team for a number of years. And then,
for
so
2
now
years,
do you go back down to a 14s and keep them for 4 years? What's Houston going to have for you?
No, right now, my boss just told me, Tony, you're the 18 guy. You're going to stick with 18s. So I'm like, I'm happy for that. Let's go. I just keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. And looking forward for this new season. We already processed the tryout process and we're ready to go.
What age do you like? Right? Because they're different. They're different.
They're
like,
different.
I mean, 14s to 18s, they're all different for a variety of reasons.
Yes.
And I'm not putting you in the spot to say, oh, you're not looking forward to the 18s, right? But like, is there a sweet spot that you like from a development perspective, or do you like that high level of the 18s because of your background? Where do you see yourself like, man, this is a sweet spot for me?
I don't see myself in 12, 14 years old like team. One reason is because the way you coach, the way you coach, you might get them scared away or whatever.
Yeah,
Too much energy
patience.
going on. A lot of patience, right? So it's people that do better job on that than me, to be honest. Let's go. I stay with the 17s and 18s. I've always been in that group age. 18s, I believe is a really good fit for me. Like we can identify. They identify a lot with me. It's a cool coach, but as soon coach is stepping to the court, okay, coach is coach.
Yep.
Then after that, okay, we can have our jokes and our good times, fun times or whatever. But yeah, I always see myself between that group age, between 17s and 18s. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
They call you coach. They call you Tony.
No. They call me Coach Tony.
Yep, that's
Coach
old
Tony.
school, man. I do the same thing. It's funny when with parents. Okay, that's great. Everybody calls the kids call you coach. What do we call you? I'm like, coach. Like, because there's that line of respect. Like, okay, we're not gonna have beers because we're not gonna, right? So, yeah, that's old school thinking. I love it. I absolutely love you being called coach.
And on these days, like when I'm in the middle of a match and I'm giving instructions or whatever, yes sir, yes coach, yes sir. You don't hear a Jet Tony. No, the respect level is there. It's because like everything starts from home and good parenting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like
So-
Coley's dad, my dad. I mean, even Bear's dad, they're coach. I mean, when they come up to me and talk to me about my dad football, it's like, yeah, I remember when Coach wasn't his first name ever. It wasn't even Coach Sullivan. It was
I
Coach.
don't even think half the people knew my dad's first name.
Mine either. And so I just kind of, same thing with my kids. It's always been, even though my 25-year-old girl has a boyfriend, he doesn't call me Sully. It's Mr. Sullivan. Period.
There you
In the
go.
story.
There you go.
I mean,
That's
because there's that
respect.
respect line. Yep. Agreed.
So I have a question for all four of you because I'm with you on that. But this is
There's
when
a
my wife
but
and
in
I
there.
coach.
You hear that
'Cause this is what we did. This is what we did. So I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm with you guys. Respect, coach. I always call all my coaches coach. My son's coaches. When my wife and I coached together in the past, and we're going to coach together sometime soon, she was Coach Kyman, and I was Coley. And I
you
was
were the
fine with being
assistant.
Coley. I was the assistant, so I was fine with being Coley. At the high school level, do you guys think that's a big deal if she's the coach, like Coach Kyman, and I'm just the assistant, and they call me by my first name, or would you think they should also call me by coach?
Coach.
I'm just curious your opinion.
I say coach because they'll want to lean on you, right? And because you're their buddy. But are you?
I'm the good cop.
But,
Michelle's,
right, you're the good cop,
tough.
right? But are you their buddy, right? And then to me, you're just coach. You mean Coach Coley though?
Yeah. Okay. Bear, what do you think?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm a little torn on that because it is a good cop, bad cop thing,
Yep.
right? And I'm kind of okay with like Coley.
That's why I was like, okay.
If
But
you
what,
really
Tony,
think
you think I
Tony-
should be Coach Coley? You think I should be Coach
You're the
Coley?
deciding factor, Tony.
I will go with coach. I will go with coach. To be honest, I will go with coach. It's just like established that I don't know, like
Yeah, no,
established
I'm a
like
coach.
that line of
You're
respect.
right. I am the coach still. I'm an assistant coach. So yeah,
But
I
in my
appreciate your
case,
guys' opinion.
no, but in my case, that was your wife, right? That was your wife, coach, and then you. In my case, if my wife told me I will call you Tony, I'm like, you can call me whatever you want. I want to get in trouble with you. So,
Hey, can we go
so
and talk about your wife a little bit? It's Marcella,
Marisol.
Marza.
Marisol.
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 By the way, I just have to say something. Tony and Marzel and Derek invited us over to his house after our first day of camp. And he invited all the coaching staff over, and she made a dinner or I guess a
Puerto
lunch or
Rican
dinner
feast
for us. Authentic Puerto Rican food, and it was delicious. I actually went back for seconds or thirds.
No,
And,
Bear.
the pork
You had
chops.
more.
Is it the plantains? Is that how you say it?
It
I don't know.
was.
And the
it was,
potato appetizers.
Yes.
It was unbelievable.
Yes,
Can't
it
wait to get
was.
to Houston.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, listen, more than welcome over here. No, it was swing plantains with beef, right?
Yes,
And
yeah.
we call that pastelon. It's like a sandwich, but with plantain. But you
Oof.
like put some cheese and all the stuff. Yeah, it tastes really, really good.
The rice.
Um,
Oh my gosh.
then we have some arroz con gandules, so that's rice with peas, and that's something that we eat in Christmas. Okay, special
Okay.
occasions, right? Special
Yeah.
occasions, with our pork and stuff like that. Then we have potato. It's like potato. We fry the potato, but inside the potato we put meat. And we make like a baseball type of thing, like a baseball ball type of thing, and then it's like all you can eat because they taste so
Delicious.
good. And then pork chops, of course. And then,
Yeah.
well,
I had 3 pork chops, by the way.
Dude.
Why wouldn't you?
Wow.
Sounds. You guys have got me super hungry right now, and I'm ready to eat that
She's a
too.
wonderful host and a
See,
wonderful
that's
cook.
what I love about traveling is like going to places
Mm-hmm.
and eating different food. And obviously,
It was-
being in Houston isn't being in Puerto Rico, which I've been, which is I had the best time ever. But it's just authentic food, and again, you got me hungry, so it's exciting. What a great story!
Hey,
That's
Tony,
awesome.
is Marisol, is Madi her nickname? Or you just call her
Maru.
Marisol?
Maru. No.
Maro. Okay.
Maru, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We had a Madi at school. Her name was Marisol. So I was just curious.
I want to put you on the spot, though, and we're going to circle back around. Sorry, I'm going to put you on the spot. Your little
Okay.
boy, Derek, he's 9,
Uh-huh.
right? Now, when he turns 14
Mhm.
and he starts throwing fastballs in the 90s,
Mhm.
he's offered some money. What are you going to say?
The same with what my mom told me.
Go talk to mom.
No, actually, no, no, I'm gonna go with my mom. I he will not understand at the moment, but when he gets older, he will be like, yeah, that
Well, I
was
got
right.
some great news for that.
You're a good
If
dad.
Derek is throwing in the 90s at 14 and you're in the state, you're every state will be
Houston.
by then,
Mhm.
you can go ahead and get paid in high school with NIL money. And then you could pick the college that pays the most if he's throwing that, and then go get your paper, then get paid
There
and
you
have
go.
money from high school,
Lot
then go
different.
pro if you're good enough, or he's playing volleyball at that point.
Good
Who knows?
point.
So it's such a different world for kids. Even though baseball doesn't pay like the football and basketballs do in the NIL, it could still pay a decent amount. And if you're smart and you can market yourself, you can make a ton of money just on your own where, none of us could even, get a hot dog without getting in trouble.
Just hanging around Derek a little bit, though. I don't know if baseball is his sport. He sure loved volleyball. He was playing it in the house. He was playing it at the camp. He was a lot of volleyball there. Played a ton.
I love an energy. Right now, he's on the stair playing with the imaginary friends, go back and forward. He was watching the VNL final between Poland and Italy. He was going crazy. Football. He's done do a football. What's going on? That was a touch. Don't touch the floor.
That's awesome.
So there he goes. A lot of energy over there. That little kid. Yep.
He's got
Yep.
a lot of energy.
Was that in, where was that? Singapore?
No, China.
Oh, China. Do you know who gave out you guys know who gave out the championship trophy? Loy Ball.
Did he really?
They flew him out there to give out the
Trophy. That's awesome.
Yep.
We got to get him on here soon. But
Yeah, he just flew in today.
we've talked about this before in the past. Like not a lot of people, it's changing, and it's changing because our country's starting to show it on TV. But, not a lot of kids just watch volleyball when they're 9 and 10 years old. Most people are watching football, maybe baseball or basketball on TV. Obviously, with the streaming and the phones, you can see almost anything you want in the world, but still, volleyball isn't that prevalent on the television. That's great that he's watching it already and watching it at that level. That's got to, I'm assume, just fuel the fire for him and you to just see that he probably loves the game. If you're watching at 9 years old a VNL final, you probably love it, just like I would watch a Super Bowl at 9, right? Because I love football.
Same.
With that question, did your wife play sports? Is your wife tall? And does he get it just from you or being around it, or it's just he's one of those kids that just loves to do different things?
No. My wife used to be a track and field runner, 200 hurdles, I'm sorry, and 100 hurdles.
Wow.
For Puerto Rico. She
Okay.
went to couple Norsecas, Pan Americans. Yeah, she
Legit.
used to. Yeah, so that's why I didn't. I try to run out. I try to run from her, but I
She'll
got
catch you.
she. Yeah,
And she can
gave me
jump things too,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
it's not
she
even like
can
she's just
jump,
running.
Yeah. And
She didn't even have to
so,
grab you. She just kicks you because like going over
yeah,
just
that's
kick
it.
you all the
That's
time.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, Derek is that she's tall. I'm tall. So Derek get the athletic part. We always watching sports. I'm a volleyball nerd. I'm always watching stuff. I'm watching my huddle. I'm watching new drills that I can incorporate to my team because I don't want to stay on the same. I like innovating. So that kid is always with me. I go to practice for the girls. I go to practice with the boys. I got trials at school. He's there. He's there. He has been in court all the time with Daddy. So I think that's one of the reasons that I'm watching the game. He's next to me,
Yeah.
giving me options in his own world, like his own 9-year-old world, and
Mhm.
asking questions. Like when coaches came to house to my place over here, he's like spear on my
Listen,
ear,
yeah.
like that's the coach for Long Beach, right? I'm like, yes, that's Coach Shaq because he's watching the
Sure.
NCAA and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's Coach Knight, yeah, the Long Beach coach. Oh, that's awesome. So there he goes. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That's
great.
cool. That's
Good
cool.
stuff.
Hey,
Can't wait to
so-
see what, just I love that part of it because we talk also about this, the IQ of the sport is for any sport. I don't care what sport you play. If you have high IQ or a
Watch
great
it.
feel for the game, whatever sport you're playing, you can succeed no matter where you are. I don't care if you're small, you can do it because you can create things within that understanding of the game to help you. Like guys like Luka Doncic, he's not a lightning fast. I mean, he's never going to guard someone, but he can move to angles and understand it to defend enough, right? And like so, that's I can't wait to hear watch your journey and hear more about your club team. But just to see where he ends up in 5 or 6 years, just know that if he's looking for a school, Cal State Northridge out here in California is where I went. They have a couple Hall of Famers. I don't know who they are, but it's a great school, great coaching staff.
I heard they were
I'm just making the plug now. We'll figure out the
first-team
NIL when
All-Americans.
we need to, but we'll get there. Just, I mean, Long Beach is okay. They have an okay coach. These guys played there. They haven't done much anyways. Northridge is really where it's at. So just know that.
God, I wish
Put
I
it
had
on
my
the
ring
list.
on.
Put it on
I
the
wish I had
board
my
right
ring on
there.
right now, Tony, and I can just run my face with my ring, but I don't have it on right now.
That's fun. Just put it on the watch right there. We'll
That's
see.
right.
You
Hey,
want to go from volleyball? Go for it.
So, Tony, it was a pleasure, guys. I think we'd love to have him back for sure. All those people in Florida and Houston has followed, Puerto Rico as well, followed Tony in his career, and now his coaching is doing an outstanding job. Bear actually highly recommended. He basically came to us and said, we got to get this guy on. He's got a great story. By all means, subscribe to Set the Pipe. We'd love to have him back on, and more guests like Tony, even though we do have those Olympians and, Alan Knipe and just us, and Mrs. Kyman, by the way, was a star for us. But the youth out there needs to hear more stories about that. And you touched on some stuff that was very vulnerable to you, as well as we've touched on it ourselves. So that just, we sure appreciate you coming on, man, Set the Pipe. And we're going to keep on doing this. And guys, hopefully you guys agree. I'd love to have him back.
Yeah, I would love to have you back and come back the next time and talk more about just your program and the way you guys do it at your program. That's one thing we're going to talk about in the future as we continue to grow is we need to talk about youth sports, and youth sports is what drives it all the way to the top, from to high school, to college, to the Olympics, and pro. So yeah, we'd love to have you back on, talk about the way you do it, suggest maybe some things for people in the Texas area that have never played, how to get involved. I think it'd be a great podcast again.
More than welcome to be back again and talk about the sport that I love, how we can learn from each other and get better. Like more than welcome. And for me, it's been a pleasure to be with you guys. This is awesome. For sure, you got a big fan from now on over here. Going to be looking
Awesome.
forward for that. Like notification on.
Yep, absolutely. Just got to
All
follow.
right. Let's go.
Hit
Let's go.
subscribe. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much,
joining
Tony.
us.
It was awesome.
Oh, don't forget, when I come out to Houston, and I will be there, Bear, I'm looking you up for some of that food.
We
because
I'm
I'm
telling
ready.
you,
we
it
also
was
have a Long Beach gal
dynamite.
out there. Tara Cross Battles out in Houston. I mean, she's with Tornadoes, right? So go ahead and look up Tara while we're out there. Good food, good people. It sounds like in Houston.
Listen, more than welcome. My door is 24/7 for my friends and family.
If you're
So
ever out
more
this
than
way,
welcome.
if you're ever out this way in California, my door's open for you as well.
Vice
Yeah, for
versa.
sure.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep.
I
Perfect.
will. I'm going to be on soccer tournament, so of course.
Yeah.
Right down the road from there.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you guys for having me. It
Thank
was
you.
a big pleasure to be
Right
here
on,
with you
Tony.
guys.